Good morning. Here again to say hello. I hope everyone's well today. I have another surprise. So yesterday we talked about love and how sometimes it's hard to tune into the love of ourselves, and that to do the golden blanket of loving light meditation, you're focusing the love that you have within you on someone else. So basically, you're tuning into the love you have for your spouse, for your best friend, for your dog, for your kids, for your cat, like whomever it is. You're focusing that feeling of love and for someone else, and then you're spreading that love out. Okay. Well, that leads to relationships in my mind. Love is obviously intimately tied to relationships, whether it's friendships or, intimate personal relationships, romantic relationships. Something that has come up quite a lot over the past few weeks of quarantining is the fact that some relationships are not what they seem to be. Some relationships are not feeling as good as they did. Some relationships are really beginning to break down. And I've had a few folks reach out to me saying, how do you know when it's time to go? How do you know if this relationship is right? How do you know if this isn't just a phase? How do you know if potentially exiting the relationship, taking a break from the relationship, is the right thing to do? And then there's a whole host of emotions that come along with making that decision. And so it's obviously not one that is taken lightly. And I know for me personally, when I made the decision, it was one of the hardest, most gut-wrenching decisions I've ever made, not just for myself, but also for, my kids in particular. They were probably the ones I worried about the most. I knew that my not anymore husband and myself, we would be okay on the other side of it, that we would be fine. And I knew that the kids would be too, but the transition period would likely be challenging. So I have more to share on that another time, but for now, let's just focus on the relationship itself. So through my experience, it really prompted me. I did a lot of journaling, and it prompted me to really get clear on how and what I did to come to the decision to ultimately leave my marriage. And I went through, believe me, I can't even tell you how many hours of research and meditation and journaling and strategies and decision-making skills and all sorts of things. And when it boiled down to it, there were some fundamental pieces that were, I don't want to say they were easy, but they were simple in the fact that it really forced me to get clear on certain aspects of the relationship and my life. So it inspired me to write a book, which is, fingers crossed, coming out in the fall of this year. And in the book, I share the story of how we began and the ultimate decision-making process for myself. And the story is my version of events. Obviously, there are more people involved. I haven't I haven't used the names of everyone, their real names. I want to keep it more anonymous. I mean, obviously, if you know me personally, you know who I'm talking about. But if you don't, just out of respect for my friends and family in the story. But one of the basic pieces and the fundamental pieces of the journey, if you will, is going back to where we started, where we began. There are a lot of clues in how you started and the starting point to help you understand where the finish point, the end point, might be. And it might be an end point of you being in this place of flux. It might be the end point of your marriage as you knew it, and it might be the end point of your marriage in general. But the first phase is just going back and looking at where you started. And so I wanted to just show you briefly, I created some insight sheets. You know how I love those insight sheets, and I'm going to put them on the website today. But it's basically 5 pages, so page 1, and then I printed these off so it's back and front. Not a whole lot of questions. It's pretty simple. It's pretty straightforward. So if this is something that you feel would be helpful to you, please go to karmickindness.com. The blog post for today, which is the 16th of April, is there. And if you're watching this later, just scroll through until the 16th of April of 2020, and you can find a download there. Take a look at it, fill it out, and then I'm going to follow up with some more insight sheets over the next few weeks to kind of keep the process going. If you have any questions or concerns or anything comes up for you, please reach out on any platform, DM me, send me an email, just reach out, because if you are in that place, I fully understand where you are and what you are going through, and would love to be of service if I can. All right. One more little nugget is I wanted to share you a little passage for today from Journey of the Heart by Melody Beatty. This ties in beautifully with the insight sheet, so again, can't really make this up. You'll see the answer. The answer you are looking for may be right before your eyes. Have you asked the question? Have you put it out to God, the universe, yourself, and the world? What do I need to do now? What do I need to do next? Where and why am I stuck? What am I not seeing? Excuse me. What's the answer? I need a clue. Often asking the question means the answer is trying to find you. Follow your heart, then open your eyes. You'll see it. The answer may be right in front of you. And perhaps the path to your answer is starting with these insight sheets that will help you get clear on what it is that you're feeling, what you're experiencing, and give you some clarity and a sense of direction and peace, which is always awesome. So hopefully this felt good to you today. This may be a message that resonates with a few or many. I don't know, but whoever is meant to hear it will hear it today. I wish you a beautiful day. Remember, we learn from one another, so please share this with anyone you think that may benefit. I will see you here tomorrow. Bye for now.